Cardano is literally pumping big time right now to the highest levels that it's seen in over 2.5 years. But is this pump about to be over? Or is this quite literally just the beginning of the pump? So if you're new here, hit that like and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's completely take a look at Cardano exploding today, at this very second at least, up almost 20% on the day. This is the entire cryptocurrency market minus Bitcoin, so the entire altcoin space. As we see over the last 3 weeks, we've shifted heavily from the MACD and RSI into a much stronger uptrend, clearly breaking out of this, what is this, like a 8-month long descending broadening wedge that basically a giant bull flag. But we see the entire altcoin space finally starting to heat up. We are not at all-time highs for this is the total 2 chart. We're not at all-time highs for the total 2 chart just yet, but you can see we're almost about $400 billion away, about a 30% pump in the entire altcoin space away from hitting new all-time highs. But there's a lot of time left. And specifically, we look at what Cardano is doing right now. We see it breaking above basically right up to about $1. But the highs that we set back in that nice run at the beginning of 2024 that ended at the beginning of March, we actually stopped at about 80 cents back in March of 2024. So we are significantly above that. The last time we were here, you can see there's not like a ton of resistance where we're at about $1, because when Cardano initially got above $1 back in February of 2021, this is crazy actually. I remember this. I was in the hospital back when Cardano had its breakout. So I distinctly have this memory of sitting in the hospital bed. I had my appendix removed. Literally the beginning of February is when I was in the hospital. I had to stay for a few days because of complications with it. But I remember being in the hospital looking at my phone. I had Cardano at the time, not as much as I have now. Over the last few years, I've accumulated way more Cardano. But I remember February of 2021, Cardano specifically completely exploded. I mean, look at this. From January 25th to about a month, in about 1 month, it went from 34 cents to $1.53. So, I mean, a couple 100% gains in 1 month. Cardano specifically did that. Not all altcoins were moving back then. I remember this distinctly. But yeah, I remember sitting in my hospital bed. I couldn't move. I couldn't leave. And it was actually snowing. It was kind of a chill vibe, actually. It was kind of like chilling. I thought I actually might die because of complications, but yeah, I was chilling, watching Cardano go up a lot. And here we are basically, 3 years later, and we're making that move above $1 again. This is the very first time that we've had a distinct move above $1. We went above $1. Back here, all the way up to its all-time highs that were set back in August of 2021 at about $3.15. But you can see once the market started collapsing there, we had one bounce. That bounce was at 75 cents up to about $1.25, but then just straight down. So really not a huge amount of resistance here or anywhere, because Cardano kind of just went straight up. And realistically, I personally think Cardano this cycle, as I've mentioned, quite a few times now, I think is minimum going to between $5 to $7 per coin. I personally think $10 per coin is a pretty easy, rough target. Basically, for Cardano to be around $8 to $9 per coin, it would be right now what Ethereum's market cap is. But we're talking about trillions of dollars coming into this space. Specifically, if we look on this chart and another chart that I'm actually going to show, I think it's very realistic. And so actually, I want you to leave your comment below. What do you think Cardano is going to by the end of this year? So just in the next month, how high do you think Cardano is going to go? And I have been operating a staking pool for Cardano for the past 3 years. So if you want to delegate to us, all the information is in the description below. Our ticker symbol is TSC, and it takes 2 minutes. It takes less than 2 minutes to delegate to our pool if you're interested in doing that. But I want to talk about a few things. So 1 million transactions per second coming to Cardano, absolutely very big. We see that Charles Hoskinson organizing the crypto sector. He's on a lot of news channels explaining how he's so deeply involved with current crypto policy in this incoming U.S. administration. Huge. This poster on X saying $6 is now an understatement. I think it's going higher than that. Obviously, I'm pretty bullish on it. One thing that's worth noting too is that we see Cardano up about 20% today. But once altcoin season starts, we're going to see altcoins going up 20, 30, 40+% every day. And is altcoin season here? No, altcoin season hasn't even started. I put this on the chart, this red, okay? This is what altcoin season will look like when the price just starts, when dominance over a weekly time frame just starts dropping, like it did back here in March of 2021 when Cardano was exploding. Basically, that chart I just showed, when Cardano started lifting off, this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Right about here exactly is where Cardano went from about 30 cents to like $1.50 in this range when dominance started getting destroyed. And where is Bitcoin dominance right now? Still going up. So we see Cardano going up right now, 20% in a day, but Bitcoin is still, we haven't even seen the beginning of alt season, meaning things are going to get way more insane than this. I mean, XRP as well is up 18% today. This is a weekly chart. Look over the past 3 weeks. XRP having that resistance right around, $1 or breaking right about $1.30. Very similar to Cardano actually. But XRP got banged more so because of regulation and everything. But yeah, Gary G is out. So XRP is probably going to continue to float to the upside as well. Historically speaking as well for altcoins, if we take a look at this chart, basically this upcoming year of 2025 should be giga bullish for alts. Every gain that we've seen so far in 2024 with alts, guys, it hasn't been alt season at all. The real alt gains haven't even started yet. So the fact we're seeing alts still move is it's just like a cherry on the top. It's like we shouldn't even be expecting massive gains, but we're getting some decent gains in some of these top alts. Altcoin total market cap, bull flag breakout completed and moving towards a mega run set up according to Ether National on X here. We take a look, basically this uptrending level of resistance, maybe taking the entire total 2 chart, the one that I just showed, to about 6 trillion, which is this chart. This chart. What would 6 trillion look like on this? What would it look like on this chart? It would look about something like this. It's not gonna be straight up, obviously, but yeah, this is a realistic trend. I mean, if you zoom out, that's not even like, altcoins have gone way more vertical in the past, but it's just crazy when you're that zoomed in, how pumpy it does look. It could get more pumpy than that. And it's not even like, that's crazy. If we get positive pro-crypto regulation in the US, specifically, what I'm talking about is if Charles, the founder of Cardano, is involved in this, which he is, there's a chance we get some really pro-altcoin and crypto regulation. And for the first time in history, altcoins will not be shackled by negative regulation, or it wasn't even regulation, it was strangulation. It was enforcement actions and just basically the worst. Everyone knows Gary Gensler created the absolute worst crypto environment possible in the US. He was trying to destroy crypto. But now that he's not here, the wheels are truly coming off. Like the ceiling is uncapped. We also see that, actually if I zoom out here, altcoin 2.0 update according to Ash Crypto on X, altcoin dominance has broken out of the accumulation stage and started dumping. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this chart is beautiful. Gigantic cup and handle for the entire altcoin market. You can see how subdued the 2020 breakout was right here. I think that was because of what I just said. We were getting destroyed by crypto regulation in the US. And I think that is about to change. And guys, who is the person potentially leading that change? The founder of Cardano. So even if you don't like Cardano, that's kind of what I'm getting at here. Even if you're not like a huge fan of Cardano, if you have the creator of Cardano literally getting in there and getting his fingers wet and digging in the apple pie of crypto regulation and helping and being involved and contributing to crypto regulation, it just makes sense to be bullish on it, right? Even if first of all, Cardano is like fundamentally or technologically a very unique, and how do I say this? Like, I just think it's a very good project in terms of security, in terms of everything, the way they went about it. Keep in mind, for years and years, people called it vaporware because it took a longer time than most coins to get pushed out, to develop, to go from stage to stage, like to do all of these things. But now we're finally at a point where like all of these things are like, we don't have to wait anymore. It's kind of there, even though it took longer than a lot of coins. A lot of coins that were, a lot of people that had these other coins that were calling Cardano vaporware in the last 2 bear markets, some of these coins don't even exist anymore. But look where Cardano's at. It's still there. It's growing. It still has an insane community and a growing community as well. So, hey, I mean, I just think the writing is on the wall in terms of that. And if the regulation truly shapes up the way I think it's going to in the US, I think it's going to be very, very bullish. I think we're about to see alts really start to ramp up. But I also think that, and I've heard this idea as well, with Bitcoin being so exposed to traditional markets now because of the spot ETFs and the options, Bitcoin dominance, maybe an altcoin market won't necessarily look like a giant drop in Bitcoin dominance, but more so maybe a sideways in dominance, right? Because there's a lot of buying pressure in Bitcoin that could be here to stay for a while. I just think that there's two options for alt season. Either it's like it always is and Bitcoin dominance decreases for alt season, or we kind of see more of a sideways trading in dominance while altcoins, like on this chart, just completely go bananas, while dominance kind of just chills around pretty neutral, or has pretty neutral price action. If you're interested in supporting and delegating to earn free rewards to our ADA pool, check out the link in the description. And without any further ado, that's it for me.